Hello, you are welcome to Prime Digital. If you are using a V8 Live sound card and you want to get quality professional sound into Vmix for YouTube live streaming, Facebook live streaming, or any other live production, then this video is for you. A lot of people connect this sound card to Vmix, open and add it as an audio device, then they start to wonder, why is there too much echo, or why is my sound so distorted, or why is there too much noise in my sound. So today I'm here to show you the settings you have to do on this sound card and then inside Vmix so that you get clean quality sound for your live production. So if you are ready, let's get started. Okay, so the items we will need our V8 Live sound card, the USB cable, the microphone BM800, and then the mic cable. For the purpose of this video, I won't be needing the other accessories like the microphone stand and the rest that comes with the V8 Live sound card. Okay, so these are the items we need for this particular video. So the first thing to do is to power on your sound card, which is this one. Okay, so once your sound card is turned on, you also need your monitoring device, which is a headset. But in this case, I will not be using a headset because it's just a demonstration I'm doing. So once your sound card is powered on, you connect your microphone, right? So this is our mic cable. I will not be untying it because so once you come here, you have your condenser microphone. You also have a dynamic, but we are using a condenser microphone. Okay, so we'll connect it to condenser microphone. Okay, so here is it, and then we'll connect the microphone to it. Okay, right, so the next thing to do is to connect our USB cable. You connect the USB cable to the sound card, then to the computer. Okay, so when you come to so we have live 1, live 2, accompany, and then the charging. The mistake most people make is that when they are to connect this sound card to a computer, because they've seen live 1 and 2 here, they rather connect the USB or the live cables to either live 1 or live 2 and then try connecting to the computer. In that case, it won't work. So what to do is that you connect the USB, micro USB part, to where it is written charging. So instead of live 1 and live 2, you connect it to charging. Okay, you connect it to where it is written charging, not live 1 and live 2. Okay, so after connecting, now our sound card is on. We've connected our mic. We've also connected the USB cable to where it is indicated charging. Okay, so now to connect to your computer, you now connect this part, okay, to your computer's USB port. Okay, so let's say I have my USB. The USB port is here. So you connect it there. Okay, so now it's connected. So after here, you now open the software you want to use. But in our case, we are using Vmix. Okay, you have to be sure the software is installed on your PC. So we have our Vmix here. So we just open Vmix. You won't open Vmix directly because some of the windows, depending on the type of windows you're using, there are some windows, once you connect the sound card like this, it recognizes it automatically and then it picks it at both an input and output device. So to be sure your Windows recognizes the sound card, you have to check. So you have to go to sound settings on your computer to be sure that your computer or your Windows recognizes this sound card. Okay, so to do that, you go to sound settings. So the easiest way to do is just to right click on the speaker icon here, as you can see. Okay, so you right click on it and then you see sound settings. So you open sound settings. So once you open sound settings, this is what you see. You see output and then input. Okay, so this is my system. Because I've used a sound card known as F007 on it, it has recognized this one too as F007. So if I want, I can change the name. Yeah, I can edit and change the name. The generic USB audio, I can change the name so that it also matches with this one, V8 live sound card. But I'll not be changing the name. I'll just go with, you can see the rename here. So I can rename it to V8 live sound card, but I will not be renaming it. I will leave it like that because I've used another sound card for demonstration, which is known as F007C. So this system, anytime I connect any of this live sound card, it will recognize it as F007, but in this case it's V8, so I can rename it to V8. So depending on the type of Windows you are using, maybe that Windows can recognize it as V8, or if you have connected a different live sound card to it before, it will recognize it as such. So let's go back. So my output is selected as V8. So if I put a headset on V8, I'll be able to, and then my input too has selected the same thing. So when you come to the input, you see the input, which is your micro. So that one too has selected the same thing. So now I'm sure that my system has recognized the sound card I am using, which is the V8 live sound card. So I can close this one and now open my recording software. So if you are using OBS Studio, FL Studio, Cubase, or in our case, which is Vmix. So open Vmix. Okay, so our Vmix is opening. Yeah, so once you open Vmix, you go to add input here. You see add input here. Okay, so you click on add input. So once you click on add input, you don't go to audio, you go to audio input. I think some people go to audio, then they'll tell you their system doesn't see the V8 live sound. So you go to audio input, then you click on audio input. Once you click on audio input, you see audio device. Okay, so if the devices you connected to your system are many, or even Vmix own input devices, you see all of them. So these are them. So since our system recognizes this sound card as F007, we have to select F007 among the audio devices that are shown in the Vmix. So you select F007. Okay, so we've selected the sound card. So now we have to mute in headphones so that our sound doesn't come through the speakers of the laptop we are using. Okay, so after that you click on OK. So once you click on OK, you see our distance here. So let's test. Hello, the volume is down. Hello, you can see the volume bar is shooting, showing that our sound card has been selected in Vmix. Sound check, mic 1 2. Yeah, so that is how you connect the USB or the V8 live sound card to your Vmix. That's if you have to stream with Vmix or record a video with Vmix. Okay, so you can see as I'm talking, it's shooting inside the. So if I increase the volume more, you see that it will shoot up to the red. But sound check, mic 1 2. Sound check, mic 1 2. So our V8 live sound card has been added successfully to Vmix. So if you have your camera and the others, you can add them and then you start your recording or your live streaming. Okay, so let me show you some other settings you have to do on the Vmix so that you get a clean sound for your videos or your audios. Okay, so now that we have successfully added our V8 live sound card to Vmix, which other settings do you need to do on the sound card? Okay, so this is the sound card, and then you have this knob, which is the mic volume. As you can see, the mic is at maximum. Okay, so the mic normally should be at, let's say, about 50 or 60 to 70%. Okay, if you want to have clean sound for your streaming or your recording, you can see the indicator here. So maybe if the mic, you should be at 50, 60 or 70. That's the best. And then the echo too, as you can see, the echo should be at 0, which is minimum, or 1 maximum. Don't increase the echo to its maximum because it will make your sound distorted and also sound distant from your audience. So you have to let the echo be off. So mic volume 60 or 70%, mic volume 60 or 70% using these dots around the mic, okay, considering each one to be 10. Okay, so 60 or, and then the echo should be 0 or minimum. Okay, then when we come to treble, treble should be somewhere 40. Okay, treble should be somewhere 40 using the dots and considering each of them to be 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So treble should be somewhere 40%, and then bass to, if you want, you can make bass around 60 or 70. So let's use bass to be, say I'm set the bass to 70, or you can make it 40 or 50 bass. And then your recording, which is the gain, that one, if you turn it to maximum, no problem, but that one you should make it somewhere 80 for your gain. You should be somewhere around 80. And then your backend track, the backend track, if you are playing music in the background, that's when you use it. So if you are not playing music, that one you can even turn it off, or it doesn't have any effect. And your monitor, which is your headset or your speakers volume. So let's say if you are using speakers, because you wouldn't want the speakers sound to come back to your microphone, so you can lower it to about, let's say 20% or 10% or even 0 for your, that's the monitor. If you are using speakers or headset, you can set it to, if you are using headset, that one you can put it around 50%, because the headset sound will hardly come back to your microphone. But if you are using speakers, that one you have to maybe minimize it to 20 or even put it at 0. After recording, when you are playing back, then you can bring it up and then you listen to yours. So another way to get clean sound is to turn on the MC, this MC. So once it's turned on like this, it gives you a little bass. In addition, it makes your voice somewhat thick, like, yeah, it. And if you don't want that one too, you can use the crack, okay, but mostly I prefer the MC. So we turn the MC on. If you're also playing music in the background, so if you're playing music in the background, that one you can turn on the backend track. You can turn it to about 50% or 60 or 70, and then you turn on the voiceover. So instead of using the backend track knob to control your music volume up and down, you just turn on the voiceover, so that when you are to talk, your music volume automatically go down, and when you are done talking, your music volume automatically comes up. Okay, so these are the settings you have to do on your sound card, the V8 Live sound card, to get clean quality sound for your streaming or your recording. As I told you, mic should be somewhere 70 or 50. Okay, using this arrow or space on top of the knob. Okay, so it should be somewhere, and using this dots, considering each of them to be so 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. So you can make it 60, 70, 80 thereabout. Don't send it to maximum. Okay, just make it somewhere 80 or 70%. That's if you want clean quality sound for your recordings or your streaming. And then the echo should be minimum 1 or even 0. Echo should be between 1 to 0. That's if you want echo at all, because then make it 1 or 10. Don't send it to maximum. It will make your voice, as I say, look distant. So 1 or 0 for your echo. Then bass should be, treble should be somewhere 40 to 50%. Bass should be somewhere 60, 70. Your record or your gain should be somewhere 80 or 90. It's okay. Your backend track, if you are not playing sound in the background, should be 0 or, okay, don't even have any effect. And if you are using a headset, your monitor volume should be somewhere 50. Yeah, 50% or 60. But if you are using speakers, that one should be somewhere 20 and 10%, so that the speaker sound doesn't come back to distort your sound through the microphone. So these are the settings you do on your V8 Live sound card to get clean quality sound for your recording or your streaming. Okay, so on the Vmix too, when you come, you have to open audio settings on your Vmix. Mine is already open, but let's see, here is audio mixer. Okay, so this is the gain. The gain is currently at 100. So if you can reduce that one to somewhere 80 or 70. Okay, so let's say 75. Okay, so 75 is good enough for you to get some clean sound for your streaming or your recording. Okay, so that's what you do on the Vmix too. So if you like this, kindly share for others to also benefit. Remember to subscribe to the channel Prime Digital. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and then on TikTok. We have a lot of videos coming up for you. Remember to subscribe. See you again in our next video. Bye bye.